Hello and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to be drawing a hand. Once again, I must redeem myself from yesterday. Now, the picture of a hand that I have is a hand that's kind of like this. It's kind of like a hand in this position. It's pulling a glove on. Now, we're just going to be drawing the hand that's underneath the glove, but that is what the person is doing. Alright, let's go ahead and stop yapping and get to drawing. Now, one thing that I'm going to do that I constantly don't do, because I make this mistake a lot when drawing hands, is I'm going to draw the thumb separately. I oftentimes try to go like this, and it incorporates most of where the thumb should be, and I go like that, but the hand really should only be here. I end up doing that a lot. It's unintentional, something I've done since I started drawing. It's quite a bad habit. So we're going to try and not do that. We're going to get that. That's a shitty thumb, but we're fine with it. I mean, we really know, because whenever I tend to draw a shitty thumb the first time, it ends up looking shitty all the other times. But we're gonna stick with the process, because we're gonna try to make this turn out good. Now, this is... I don't know exactly if this is going to turn out amazing, because this is slightly a little bit more awkward of a position than I'm used to drawing, but I don't care. Just because I'm not used to doing it this way doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. Also, I'm erasing this because I have realized I did a big ol' whoopsies, and this is not correct. The fingers are already off, and that is not a good start, so we're not going to try to fix it. We're just going to erase the whole thing, because at this point, it'll just be easier to start over than to try to fix that. Now, what was messed up, the line was about like this angle, and it needs to be about this angle, because fingers are on a curve, and especially when you have perspective, they get curved even more. So I need to make sure that I actually have that like curve down, which I kind of had in that first bit, but it wasn't really there. Now I am slightly disregarding what I said in the beginning right there, because I did want to draw that line at first, but that is fine. Alright. Got that and that, but now we need to add a little bit of this. This being a little bit of the hand. We'll go ahead and go like that. Add another chunk right here. Try to do this in chunks. Alright, there we go. Now, I just realized I have a habit of grabbing my chin whenever I'm thinking. As not related to the video, I just realized that I do that. Like, I'm still doing it. I do that like every single time I lift my pencil up. I go and grab my chin. That's kind of funny. That doesn't matter though. We're drawing some fingers. We need to go ahead and get the fingerings right in their correct positions. That one is kind of a little... Now I realize every single time that I'm bringing my hand up to my face. That's weird. This one kind of needs to be a little more positioned outwards, but that's probably fine. What now? We could do a little bit of the wrist just to add it. But also, again... I always accidentally make the hand longer than I need to, so I tried to make it shorter this time. It kind of looks like it backfired a little bit, because it kind of looks a little too short, I think, but we're gonna keep it. because I think I can work with this, but it does look a little too short, I think. But this thumb looks decent, not perfect, but it looking decent is a good sign, because honestly, most of the time, depending on what the thumb looks like, that's how I can usually tell on how how a drawing of a hand is going to look. Now, we're just going to get some very undetailed fingers in here first, and then we'll worry about getting some actual details in here. Because, I should probably do that. You should probably get undetailed things in first. It makes more sense. Alright, I messed up the positioning of that one, so I had to fix that. Now the finger kind of sucks though. I feel like it looked decent before, but now it kind of sucks. I don't really like that. And now it's too angled. It wasn't angled enough, and now it's too angled. What an amazing combo, or something. But now we have an area that we can shoot for, right in the middle of those. Wow. Because if it was not far enough on that one and too far on the other one, that means that we can go like this and still end it in like the same area because it's still supposed to end there. I think that looks relatively well, so let's go ahead and add a tiny bit of detail, or more pretending like I'm adding detail, and add the next finger, which the next finger should be going back a little bit further than I actually put it, because of putting it like the finger stretching like this. But why can I not stretch my finger like that? Why are you going forward? It doesn't matter. I can't bend the tip of my finger like that. I can do this though. Lots of people think this is weird. I mean, not weird, gross. I think it's funny. Okie dokie, we're going to lightly erase all that, throw the eraser because fun. And then we're going to add some finger details. Now, what are the fingers going to be doing? Well, this one is going to be slightly bent because my finger bends like that, so we're going to do that. If I can't put my finger in that position, I'm going to put it in a position I can put it in. Or no, I'm going to draw it in a position I can put it in. I'm very good at the only language that I know, English. Well, actually, that's a lie. I do know Japanese now, but not enough to have a conversation yet, so I don't think that counts as knowing it. Barely know my colors. I know what male and female is, though, so you know, I'm like halfway there to knowing the whole language. Pretty sure that's like how it works. Alright, that finger's kind of shit, but we're going to ignore it because I can. I'm the one drawing it. I can ignore what I want. If I want to ignore a finger looking bad, that's my choice. And why would I ignore a finger looking bad, you may ask? It's because I wanted to draw this one. I don't know why. I don't really have a reason. Okay, so kind of looks like the hand is disproportioned, small in some areas and bigger in others, but you know what? What? I was supposed to throw you. I don't care. I'm going to make it look better. We're going to draw the hand. Maybe we will draw the glove that's on top of this hand, just so I don't have to do hand details. Or maybe we'll do hand details, because that was the original point of this drawing. I think we're going to just draw it as a regular hand, even though I actually do plan on drawing a lot of my characters with gloves, because I do just kind of like gloves. I think I need to learn how to draw hands a little bit better, so we're gonna draw some hands. We'll draw it like a hand. Alright, we are going to add some not entirely correct for, you know, realism aspects to this. But I don't care about that necessarily. I more care about it looking good than it actually being fully realistic. If it's not fully realistic, I really couldn't give a shit, honestly. I don't really like realism that much. So in my opinion, it's a little boring. But I do actually draw realism a decent amount, but that's for learning. Learning shading. I don't really like it that much. I just think it's a tad bit boring. But I have seen some people draw some interesting realism stuff, so I don't hate it. Just not my favorite. I'm much more like, did I say traditional or realism? I meant realism if I said traditional, but I just much more like stylized. I think it's much better. I also like digital better than traditional too, even though I majority of the time draw traditionally. Like, I almost never draw digitally, but I much prefer digital art. I just don't draw digital art because I'm not at the point yet of quite wanting to learn that. I want to learn how to draw first before I focus on learning how to draw on certain other things. Alright. Also, I still do like traditional art. I find it easier to do a sketch traditionally than touch it up on digital. That's what I did for some drawings. The 2 drawings that I did for Art Fight. Gotta make sure I do more than 2 drawings next year for Art Fight. Alright. There we go. This is not turning out like as good as I wanted it to, this finger, but this finger kind of was a little fucked from the beginning because I couldn't quite get it to even look right. This middle finger is also a little fucky-wucky, but we're going to give it the little ignore it. Ignore the problem and it will go away. That's how it works, right? No. Okay, let's add the pink in there. Try to give it like some fold wrinkle, because Pinky is folding on itself. Alright, so that's what it is. That's definitely what it is. I don't think it's terrible, just not the best. So we're going to move on. I think I have to move the thumb, or at least readjust the size, because I drew the fingers way smaller than I meant to. Wasn't intentional, just kind of wasn't paying attention to freaking proportions. Alright. There we go. That's not exactly what I wanted to do there. That's better. There's that. And then we'll go ahead and go like this. Alright. Wait, I was supposed to do that on the wrist. Shit. I meant to do the bump on the wrist. And there we go. I think that's actually pretty good. I actually really like how that thumb turned out. It's not perfect, but I don't think it's bad. It does remind me. Yeah, okay. Alright, there we go. Wipe away. Wish I had like a blow dryer to just blow away all the freaking dust. That would be kind of funny if I just pulled out a blow dryer mid-video. But, it's not perfect, not amazing. I like it better than what I did yesterday, but that could also be because I don't remember what I drew yesterday. This one did take a little longer. That was 14 minutes. Actually, that didn't take as much. Okay, I like this one better. This one didn't take that long compared to the other ones. Like, some of the other ones yesterday took me 10 minutes for, like, mediocre results. So I definitely like this one better than the ones I did yesterday. Also, I'm erasing this line because I did realize that the wrist was way too not in the right place. Which, little mistakes like that are something that I usually don't realize until I've stopped drawing and I'm already done with the video and I'm making the little YouTube post I do about all of them about it. I will realize small little mistakes in the drawing and be like, how did I, or not even small, I'll realize big mistakes and be like, how did I miss that? Also, I realized that I also did absolutely nothing. Did I do something? I have no idea. It looks better now, but I genuinely don't remember if I changed anything. I don't know. I make mistakes like that a lot, and then I'll realize when I'm doing the picture of the drawing, I'll be like, how the hell did I miss that? Well, I already stopped the video, so I'm not gonna adjust it, because that's what I do. Once I'm done with the video, the drawing's not getting any more drawn, unless I specifically say that I'm gonna do more. It doesn't get more drawn. I could have ended this drawing a couple minutes ago, honestly, probably, but I'm just trying to add some small touch-ups that aren't really big details, but they're just small things that I'm noticing. Because I'm mainly just honestly looking for those small things that I would realize afterwards, and I'm sure there will be more. There are some big things that I'm avoiding looking at. But I think I'm going to end the video now, because I'm running out of small things that I can fix, and there's really only bigger things that would take a decent amount of time to fix, and I would like to get back to practicing. So, is that yellow? There's yellow on here for some reason. Anyways, this is what I ended up with. It's not perfect, it's not terrible, I still like it. It's pretty accurate to the reference, although these fingers are pretty much completely different, that they actually look, they're much more curled. Or no, this one's much more curled and this one's not as curled, but honestly, I like them. Still looks decent. The middle finger is the part that's fucking me up the most, but it's not bad. See you next time.